welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
It is arguably the biggest game on planet Earth. And now this grand game enters its 6th decade. We welcome you to Santa Clara and Levi Stadium for Super Bowl 60. This one is for all the marbles. It's the AFC champion New England Patriots and the champions of the NFC, the Seattle Seahawks. Wherever you are, welcome to America's great sports day. Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen, Super Bowl Sunday, 195 different countries know all about it. They're watching Greg, and for the players, this moment. They built so much, and now it's here. A chance to take the field in the biggest football game of them all.
Every team leading up to the Super Bowl. For the players that have been here before, there's such an advantage. You know what to expect. You know what pregame feels like. You know how to handle the emotions leading up to it. But for the new players, the new coaches, no matter how much you tell them, there's still an element of uncertainty that really doesn't hit you until that ball is kicked off. So who handles it better? Who's more prepared for this stage? We're a couple minutes from finding out, and man, I think we are in for a great game.
After all the hype, it's finally time for football. It's Super Bowl Sunday. And off we go on EA Sports. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So here come the Patriots, and Greg, they are led by their second-year quarterback, the number 3 overall pick in 2024 out of North Carolina. It's Drake May.
You just can't imagine the emotions and the thoughts swirling around his head as he takes the field on this opening drive, Mike. I mean, you think of the journey they've been on, their regular season, that gauntlet of playoff games through the AFC playoffs, and now here they are. He's taking the field as the starting quarterback in the Super Bowl, and he's 4 quarters away from living out his dream.
And he's going to be hit and dropped behind the line. Great push upfield defensively. What a way to start this one.
You spend all week on your opening script. What are the plays that allow you to find a rhythm and have some early success offensively? Well, in this case, that first play you drawn up sent you going back the wrong direction. How does that change this play caller's approach to the ground game going forward?
And this yields nothing. He's out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. Downfield, got a man, and he's got it. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45. They get 22 yards there. 1st down, New England.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. If you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
The tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. That's 13 more on that play, and quickly another 1st down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
12 more yards from him there, and another 1st down. 1st and 10. Once more, it's Henderson. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. Working out of the gun. It's May. That's into the hands of Diggs. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line. That is a gain of 15, and now it's first and goal.
First down. First down and goal to go.
You can't run plays like this, Mike, if you don't have incredible pass protection. I mean, he started on the left side of the formation, and look how far he had to go across the field before that ball was caught. That's going to take time. That's going to take a lot of trust in that quarterback, in his protectors, to know he can stand.
And he will take it in himself. Great May. Touchdown, Patriots. The first touchdown of Super Bowl 60.
Well, after 2 weeks of anticipation, 2 weeks of scrutiny, I'm not sure if you can start a Super Bowl game any better than we just saw here, Mike. I mean, to take that ball down methodically, play after play, and end up with a touchdown, it just allows you to settle into the game, settle your entire sideline, and take a deep breath. Now it's up to the defense to go out there and try to get a stop, and you just can't start a Super Bowl any better than that.
Now Andres Borregales for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Pats are off and running here in the Super Bowl. They lead 7-0. So following the touchdown, Borregales is back to send this one away. On the return, it's Rashid Shaheed. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Seahawks come out, and they are led by a new quarterback, Sam Darnold. From USC, he's bounced around for his first 7 seasons. This is 5th different franchise as he starts year 8 in the NFL. And Greg, it's year 1 with the Seahawks.
All week long, they just keep telling themselves it's just another game, and then reality sets in. And I promise, as he takes the field right now, Mike, the thoughts and the emotions swirling around his head, he's got to do his best to harness it.
The ball comes out, and the Patriots are going to recover. In the pocket, looking to throw the ball, but the defense was looking right at the ball. They knock it away and come up with the turnover.
Mike, we see so often a quarterback is so focused, keeping his eyes down the field, looking for one of his receivers to work himself free, that they lose track of where the defenders are. And I think that's exactly what happened here. The defender closed on him quicker than he might have thought, knocks the ball loose, creating the takeaway.
Real quick, 0-2.
Throwing on 1st and 10 is May. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line. A pickup there of 13. Good for a Patriots first down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
And a nice run. It's down to the 5-yard line.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Throwing on 2nd down. May. And he's in. Hunter Henry. Touchdown, New England. Greg, they take advantage of the good field position and move it downfield for the score.
When you take the field as an offense, there's a little added confidence boost, Mike, when you see yourself this close to the end zone. You get into the huddle, you're anxious to see what the next couple plays are. They're able to take advantage and end up punching it in.
Rodriguez now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Patriots will extend their first quarter lead. It's now 14-0. So following the touchdown, Rodriguez is back to send this one away. Now return coming from the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense ready for their second possession. They're an early hold, 14-0. Start digging out soon. Begin this drive, 1st and 10. Darnold to throw. A throw left side, but it's incomplete. Jackson, Smith, and Zigba, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
It's one of those balls where the quarterback wishes there was a string. The second it came out of his hand, he wished he could just pull it back because from the moment it left his hand, that looked like a sure interception. And the only reason it wasn't because the defender just flat out dropped it.
The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. The middle, Smith and Jigba with the grab. It is a pickup of 18. And by a yard, they get the 3rd down conversion. 1st down, Seahawks.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
Open, left side is Barner. And he'll only manage a couple of yards before he's out of bounds.
At the 40-yard line, a 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down and 7. The first carry for the Spartan, Kenneth Walker. He'll try to push forward. He'll wind up getting 3 yards with that one. Marcus Jones is there to make the stop.
And it's 3rd down.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. That's caught. It's Kenneth Walker. He's got the 1st down, not by a whole lot. Only gets 3. That's all he needed for a new set of downs.
This is a great example of where just having situational awareness is so critical in the huddle. When every one of those receivers, Mike, breaks the huddle and go line up, they've got to know where that 1st down marker is. If your route calls, get by it, secure the catch, and bring up a fresh set of downs.
And he'll be out of bounds. There is a flag on the field. And let's see what caused it.
Still 1st down.
Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. The reception for Rashid Shaheed. Good result there after the penalty. They get the yardage back and then some.
How fast things can flip. You find yourself in first and a mile after taking a penalty on first down. But that chunk play there in the passing game now gets them back in sequence with the chains and brings up a more manageable second down.
They'll go play action with Darnold. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Body his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force third down.
He's just unable to secure the catch through the contact, and really nice job timing that hit up by the defense. And at this point, all you can do is get up, get back in the huddle, and hope your quarterback gives you another shot.
In motion is Barner. Third and short yardage, and here's Darnold. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
It's just so hard to get anything going when you're just not confident running your own system. And all these early sacks, yes, they kill drives, but think what it does to the quarterback. The quarterback just can't be confident operating out of the pocket. There's no rhythm, there's no timing, and everything you planned on doing today coming in is out the window.
So it's fourth down. The Seahawks send out the Aussie Michael Dixon to punt. That's Marcus Jones back to return for the Patriots. And this will go down as a punt inside the 20 as it continues out of bounds. The Patriots offense make their way out to take over once more. They've raced out to a 14-0 lead. They've done nothing wrong so far. On first and 10, here's Madden.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
From the 22 now, here's second and 3. Out of the gun, here's Madden. He's found his receiver, Butte. Taken down after a gain 3, but that is good enough for a first down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
After a spirited first quarter here in Super Bowl 60, the Patriots out on top. And we're back in the Bay Area after this. Time for the second quarter. Patriots with the football. So they come to the line for first down and 10 as we are ready to get back underway. Open man, Demario Douglas. He's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
Brings up second and 1 at the 35-yard line.
A good spot here, second and a yard. Out of the gun, it's Henderson. And he's going to weave his way forward. It's a first down at the 44-yard line.
So, Mike, you know by now my philosophy on third down. If it was up to me, I don't even want to be in third down. I want to get all of my conversions on first and second down and be able to stay in those neutral down situations. So it's exactly what they do here. They lean on the ground game and pick up a fresh set of downs.
They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. He's inside the 25. A big play here in the big game. 37 yards.
Well, that right there, Mike, is your once-a-game reminder of just the importance of short tackling. This run never gets anywhere near where it ends up if that initial hit was stronger and he was able to take him down.
To throw on first down is May. That's into traffic, but taken in. He's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
May to throw on second down. Got his man at the 6. And the Patriots are going to have first and goal, try to finish off this drive with a touchdown. Give them a dozen yards on that one and give them first and goal. The first 2 drives yielded touchdowns. Now they can make it 3-4-3. It is first and goal. And they'll run it here with Stevenson. And he will take this one across into the end zone. From Andre Stevenson. Touchdown, Patriots. This defense continuing to give up points. Greg, you've been on offenses like this. This has to feel great when you're on a roll like this.
And it's really twofold, Mike. First and foremost, just like you said, every offense in the league works all week. We want to start out fast. We want to establish some early rhythm and play our style of game. They've certainly done that. Now, on the flip side, what does it do to your opponent? It takes them completely out of their game plan, knowing this early in the game, they're chasing points.
The PAT, up and good. And the Pats will stake themselves to a 21-0 lead. So following the touchdown, Borregalis is back to send this one away. Shaheed now to return it. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Seahawks offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on first down. This drive starts on the ground with Walker. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play, winning his route versus man coverage or catching this pass, because the quarterback, he put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time, and he's able to secure a really nice catch.
Smith in Jigba, the man in motion. And some problems communicating on third down, and that's going to be a delay.
Still third down.
So now, after the penalty, a much tougher prospect to convert. It is 3rd and 9. Throwing, Darnold. Open man is Shaheed. That's complete. They pick up 17 through the air. It's good for a Seahawks first down.
So here's a play, Mike, that is clearly designed to attack the middle third of the field. So think it's roughly the space between the numbers. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And once he understood where his leverage was and he gets his head around, great job by the quarterback on time, delivering a strike. They just desperately need to get something positive going here, Mike. It just feels like they're a play away from really jump-starting everything they've talked about being good at throughout the course of the week's prep. And it's really been the inability to sustain drives. So critical third downs, better on first and second. Somewhere it's got to pop, and somebody's got to make a play.
Darnold to the air once more. His pass taken in by Shaheed. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route. And then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
These pass rushers, they love these situations where they can just pin their ears back and go after the quarterback. They knew they had a chance to put an end to this drive, and they didn't let it go to waste.
Here's Michael Dixon now, and he'll be looking for something better after that poor first punt. So that one's going to land out of bounds, and the official's going to mark it right at the 20-yard line. And we'll get a whistle, stoppage, an injured Patriot without question. Something you never want to see, especially here on Super Bowl Sunday. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. The throw now. May. He'll get this out to Henderson. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 25-yard line.
So, from the 25, it's 2nd and 5. Throwing now is May. He'll find the rookie third-round pick, Kyle Williams. And he's got it to the 35-yard line.
That's good.
A gain there of 10 yards. 1st down, New England.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
A run, and this is Henderson. He plunges forward for a couple of yards. Devin Witherspoon up from the secondary to make the play.
38-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd down and 7. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. Hauled in by the tight end, Henry. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a 1st down.
Here's May to throw it on 1st down. Remain here in this 1st half. Back for more on Super Bowl Sunday. After this, they'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun. It's May. That's to the left side and taken in by Diggs. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? Throw again is May. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively, and it sets up 4th down.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey, guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
And not the greatest of results here. This is going to hit in the field of play and continue out of bounds. Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now. On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. And he'll gain about 6 there as it's up past the 35-yard line.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. Outright Smith and Jigba has it. And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line. A gain there of 21. First down, Seattle.
You find yourself in these 2-minute drills, Mike. They're pretty critical moments in the game. They go a long way to deciding the outcome. So it makes a lot of sense. You start looking for your top target, and he comes through for him there.
He's going to run it.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
At the 39-yard line.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Darnold to throw. Forced out wide. Now Seattle going to use the first of their timeouts. It comes with 47 seconds to go in half number 1.
Give him credit for keeping this play alive as long as he could. This easily could have gone down for a loss, but he's kind of able to find his way forward and at least get back to the line of scrimmage.
Third down, they need 5. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. It's complete. He's got up. Timeout Seahawks. That is their 2nd, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
First down, Seattle.
First catch there for Cup, and he's got a first down. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. There's a short one taken in by Barner. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line. What an important sequence this is, trying to get one of those scores back before halftime in a great spot. First down and goal. To throw is Darnold. Shaheed with the catch. And a good job to make sure he didn't get loose. Brought down around the 7.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
Look to the end zone, and it's broken up. Incomplete. There was no space, no separation that time. That's going to bring it to 3rd and goal.
That was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points. Mike, he got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated him from the ball.
They'll try and throw. Here's Darnold. This one caught at the 4. And he'll take it on in. Cooper, Cup, touchdown, Seahawks.
You know, we spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end in the fourth quarter in 2-minute mode. Now let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the first half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here, going into halftime, changes this entire game.
Jason Myers on to attempt the extra point. The kick is good, and the Seahawks get back in it. It is 21-7. Clock showing 5 seconds remaining in this half as the kick's away. And there'll be no return forthcoming, so the ball comes out to the 35.
At their own 35-yard line.
Douglas in motion. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Scott, thank you very much. Welcome back, everyone, for quarter number 3. Could we have a finish to remember here in Santa Clara? Second half underway in Super Bowl 60. Shaheed now to return it. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Seahawks offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. A tight end in motion now. Finding room at the 35. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. That's the way to get started. A pickup of 17 and a very quick first down.
Well, a really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
There's very few defenses in today's NFL, Mike, that you can play the cornerback position and be unwilling to tackle. Those days are kind of over, so give credit to this guy. I mean, he identified run, he understood his leverage and gap fit, and he's able to bring him down for no gain.
That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose, and it's going to force third down.
And this is really just more of the same that we saw in the first half. They have made it a huge struggle in the passing game. I mean, just no easy completions, no open space. Every single ball has been contested, and they've done a great job all day.
That Greg, was on picking up the first down. Forget that. They go down the field and in the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, and I don't think it was just your focus, Mike. I think in this case, it was the defense's focus. They're so worried about where that first down marker was that they allowed them to get that ball up and over the top for the deep strike touchdown.
Now the point after drop from Myers. His kick is good. And the Seahawks draw closer here. It's 21-14.
Seahawks 14.
After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. On the return, Travion Henderson. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Patriots offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll go play action with May. He'll get this over the middle to Diggs. And he's going to be taken down at the 37. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a first down.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and we're able to convert.
They converge on him quickly. They'll only get a couple. Linebacker Ernest Jones ends that play.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, here's May. He's found his receiver, Butte. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line.
6 yards.
It's a gain there of 26 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. 17 yards as they hook up again and pick up the first.
15-yard line.
You know, Mike, these crossing routes, you just see them being used more and more often. And really, it's because it's good against any defense. And what it does is it creates separation. It allows some of your best players to catch the ball on the move. And that short throw oftentimes turns into a long run.
15-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Second and 7. Again, it's Henderson. And he will get into the end zone. Travion Henderson. Touchdown, New England.
You just don't see these kind of holes too often at this NFL level, Mike. And you can see once he got the ball, the clear line to the end zone, he doesn't get touched. And an unfortunate defensive breakdown here ends up costing him 6 points.
The extra point now for Borregales. It's up and through. And the Patriots have doubled their advantage. It is now a 28-14 game. So following the touchdown, Borregales is back to send this one away. Shaheed now to return it. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. Well, Seahawks offense ready for this next possession. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. Dump this off to Charbonnet, complete. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
I think the days where cornerbacks are either unwilling or unable to be involved in the run game, I think those days are over, Mike. I think when you look around the landscape of today's NFL, yes, you have to cover, but you also have to be able to come up and tackle.
On play action, here's Darnold. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
Throwing on 3rd down is Darnold. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
Kicking time for the Seahawks. They'll punt this one away. On the return is Jones. And it's a decent return. He gets some of that yardage back before he's forced out of bounds. The Patriots offense and their running back, Travion Henderson, making their way back out there. The lead is a couple of touchdowns. Off the play fake, here's May. Digs on the reception. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Can't ask for much more. 22 yards on the first play of the drive.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
And he'll work forward for about 4. It's 2nd down.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You could see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
Handoff, and it's Henderson. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on 3rd down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on 1st and 2nd down to gain positive yards. Stay on track, because you don't want to be in 3rd and pass too often in today's NFL.
He'll find his tight end. That's Henry. 20 yards on that pass play. Good for a Patriots first down.
Patriots first down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Having a tight end that can contribute in the passing game, Mike. I mean, it just seems like it's become more and more common throughout the entire league. And not only do you have to be reliable, but you have to be athletic enough after the catch to take advantage of some of these targets. So it's exactly what he does here, and you can tell why he's such a big part of this offense.
Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
Back's doing everything in his power to try to get that ball around the edge to the boundary, but just great pursuit there by this linebacker, staying with his angles, running through contact, and he makes the play behind the line.
Throwing on 2nd down. May gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. Here's May. That one taken in. Touchdown, Patriots.
What separates the really good quarterbacks from everybody else in the National Football League, Mike, is not only ability to process, but the ability to process quickly under pressure. And I think that's exactly the case here. He's able to go through his progression, find his target in the end zone.
And before the try, remember, it is a touchdown. All scoring plays are reviewed, so replay will confirm this one before we do anything else. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over. Remember, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear, incontrovertible visual evidence to the contrary. In other words, it's got to be the truth.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So, ruled a touchdown originally. They didn't find any reason to overturn it, and it stays on the board. Borregales now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Pats will extend this 3rd quarter lead.
Seahawks 14.
So following the touchdown, Borregales is back to send this one away. The return starts from the 5. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Seahawks offense ready to get back to work. They're in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. With Walker, and not much there. Good defense, held to no gain.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 9. We'll keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2. And bring up 3rd down.
On the tackle. A 3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd down.
Here's Darnold. On the move left. Taking off. He'll try to get there.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, But when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
Now, fair catch, and he'll take it at about the 24-yard line. Down to the final quarter in Super Bowl 60. We'll return for the fourth from Santa Clara after this. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Well, we see a lot of this as they begin the fourth quarter on the ground. And he's going to have a Patriots first down as the tackle is made right at the 36.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it, and no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
He'll try the jet sweep with Diggs. And he'll get about 3 on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
So, Mike, this is a great example and a great moment to bring up why it's so important for these offenses to make everything look the same. Formationally, pre-snap movement, because the second that motion looks like a jet motion and he's going to get the ball as opposed to a traditional motion, these defenses are so in tune with all those little differences, they know it's coming and not going to be a lot of gain.
And it'll be a pickup of 3. So 3rd down, forthcoming.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense. And that's exactly what they've been able to do.
3rd and short. And here is May. He's got his man. It's Diggs. He's going to be out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. These defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
That's 13 more on that play. And quickly, another first down.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the fourth quarter, which typically means I had the lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game. Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
2nd and 5. Off the play fake, it's May. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And it'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
So as the saying in the NFL, Mike, short throw, long catch, and that's exactly what they wanted to go with here. Operate in the quick game, don't stress the protection, and while he didn't get necessarily the big play, he does get enough to move the chains.
Give up the middle to Stevenson. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. On the give, it's Henderson. He'll pop this ahead for about 4, but it will set up 3rd down.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short. Now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
On 3rd and a yard, here's May. That one is caught in the back of the end zone. Austin Hooper. Touchdown, New England. And that touchdown probably, Greg, ends any small hopes of a comeback on the other side.
Yeah, and I think those chances, Mike, were small to begin with, but with that last score, I think this one is pretty much over.
The extra point now for Borregales. He's got it. And the Patriots will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter.
Seahawks 14.
So following the touchdown, Borregales is back to send this one away. This will be returned from the 6. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Seahawks offense headed back to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. Looking to the left side, he's got it. He's close to a 1st down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 35-yard line.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Darnold now to throw. Huff brings it in left side. And it'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a 1st down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
Throwing on 1st and 10 is Darnold. He'll get this complete to Walker. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
This guy's really starting to roll now. I mean, his involvement in the passing game just continues to pick up. And until the defense identifies him as a pass threat, I expect this quarterback to keep looking his way.
The run up the middle, it's Walker. And he'll get this down to the 40. That's a nice run. It's also a 1st down.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen. And not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2. But it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor. And when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. 11 yards for number 11. And a 1st down.
And this completion certainly won't be changing the outcome of the game by any means, but I do think there is something to be said for teams that continue to fight. They continue to try to at least finish this game and have something to build off of going into next week.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, like, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
On 2nd down, Walker. And he'll get maybe about 4 yards out of that one. Playing close quickly. Here comes third down.
Yeah, so I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass.
Got a man at Barner, the tight end. He's going to have the first down. So they convert on third down with a pickup of 9. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. Throw right side, hauled in by Cup. And he'll take this down to the 2-yard line, but they are in business. First and goal coming up.
This has been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone, and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with first and goal, this defense certainly has their back against the ropes.
And he's going to be knocked down hard behind the line.
A little surprising to see them keep the ball on the ground, especially given the situation, Mike. I mean, you're trailing. You haven't had a lot of success running the ball up until this point. They need chunk plays. They need to score, and they need to score fast.
From the shotgun, here's Darnold. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
Right, this isn't real complicated. You're just not going to win a lot of NFL games when you continue to give up sacks at the rate that they are. I mean, this is just a complete disaster for this offensive line, and if they don't get it fixed, this game could be a runaway.
Last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's third and goal. Now Darnold. He'll try to run for it. And this is going to be a touchdown. It's too little too late. Do get a bit closer as they score here in the final minute of play.
At this stage of the game, the score is really irrelevant. You want to try to build something positive towards the end of this game, and I think that score will help do just that.
Myers now to add the PAT. It's up and good. And the Seahawks are able to cut into the deficit. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. On the return, Travion Henderson. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Patriots offense and their running back, Travion Henderson, making their way back out there. These fans set to head home happy. Very solid performance by the hometown side as they finish off a very decisive victory. On the ground, it's Henderson to start this drive. And he will be taken down. We'll see if they want to use those timeouts. This one is about done.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and 4.
They'll work now on second and 4. And there it is. The new record holder for most Super Bowl wins is the New England Patriots, champions for the 7th time. Well, a fitting ending to a great NFL season, all culminating here in the Super Bowl. And Greg, I think we can say the best team won the title.
And you think back to the season they had, Mike, where they earned everything on the field. There was ups and downs. There was adversity. And they were such a resilient group all season long. They were battle-tested coming into the playoffs.